What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be previewing another new model airport coming to the channel. Throughout most of 2024, my mission has been to add all kinds of new content to the channel to increase my upload frequency from the once weekly that it has been for several years to a multi-weekly basis, and perhaps even daily. That's kind of my goal in the long term, is to try and achieve daily uploads in some capacity, at least on a very consistent basis, which we have hit a couple of times already with a daily upload schedule for maybe a week, and then we go back to like 3 times weekly, various model release videos, unboxing videos, etc., special airport updates even. They've sort of helped up my upload schedule and been very happy with how all the videos have turned out as of late. But there's one more model airport that I do want to add to the channel. As you saw back in January, I added Omaha Eppley Airfield, which debuted in May. Very excited about that series, and you'll be seeing another update here later this month. But today we're going to add another model airport within the same region. We're heading to the state of Iowa this time. And if you figured out what airport this is, you'll be very pleased to know what this airport is going to be. That's why today I'm very excited to announce that I'm going to be debuting the Cedar Rapids Eastern Iowa Airport later this summer. Very excited about this introduction, and I have done this airport previously in my Random Model Airport series. I did this back in 2021, so more than 3 years ago now, and there's been quite a few changes that have taken place over the years. But before we take a look at some of the changes that have occurred, I'll go ahead and show you guys the layout of Cedar Rapids and how it's all structured. So you can see on your screen now, we have the full satellite imagery of Cedar Rapids. This is the latest that I can retrieve off of Google Earth. You can see it has 2 runways. We have runway 13-31, which runs in a diagonal alignment, and then we have runway 927, the east-west or primary runway, which is right there. We'll zoom in over here towards the northeast corner where we can see the passenger terminal. You can see some construction right here at the end of the existing facility. This is part of an expansion that they started on back in early 2023. And the Corridor Business article that I have pulled up here does have a nice rendering, so I'll pop up a picture of that so you can see what that's going to look like when that's all completed. So they had groundbreaking back in early March. It was on Monday, March 6th of 2023. And the main goal for this renovation project or expansion project, they were going to add 4 new jet bridges and various amenities within the terminal. The Corridor Business reports that they had a larger patio, sensory room, and a pet relief area all planned inside this expansion area. Construction on that 4th phase will take about 18 to 24 months to complete, and the cost is just under $70 million. So not bad for an expansion that will add a good handful of gates and increase the overall capacity of the Eastern Iowa Airport. So I imagine they're probably still working on this. I haven't been anywhere near Cedar Rapids in my life. I have passed by it once, but I've never been plane spotting there. So hopefully I can hit Cedar Rapids up one day to do some plane spotting, because I've yet to plane spot within the state of Iowa, considering that I already have Des Moines as a regular series, and now I'm going to be adding Cedar Rapids here later this summer. So back over to the satellite imagery, show you a little closer view of what the construction was like. The satellite imagery is from late May of 2023, so they've already broken ground and they're already putting up some of the support areas for the expansion. And then this is the current gate layout, or the latest gate layout on the satellite imagery. And as of right now, this has about, if I can count here, about 7 to 8 gates. And one of them is partially blocked off because of the construction area. So they have like a jet bridge that's just sort of remotely out there on the ramp. So I think, yeah, that gate is not in use, at least at the time for this satellite imagery that was taken. So I'll go ahead and go over a little bit of history over Cedar Rapids, since I don't have too much to talk about with the airport expansion like I did with Omaha, which had its whole dedicated page and everything. So I'll just talk about some of the past history. So not a whole lot that I can find here on their Wikipedia page. I'll go ahead and pull up their departed flights page, departedflights.com. By the way, a very great resource that you can access, a good starter place if you want to get some information as to what airline served your airport in the past. So taking a look at 1975, they used to get the likes of Ozark and United. Ozark, obviously, I've talked a lot about them in my Retro FST project. I'll go ahead and skip ahead to 1983 if they are present in here, which they are not, so I'll skip ahead a little further to 1985. And I'm not screen recording this part of my computer, so I'll just try to pop up some screenshots from the Departed Flights website when I get done with that here in editing. So in 1985, they had quite a few airlines. American Central Airways, there's also Brit Airways, which has no relation to like British stuff. Very interesting airline. I'm going to have to look into that. We had Frontier here, Midstate Airlines, Mississippi Valley Airlines, very interesting. Ozark and United all here in 1985. And then I'll skip ahead to about 1995. We'll go and find Cedar Rapids on the list here. It lists Iowa City as well, which is just a bit down the road. They used to have commercial service in Iowa City, but now it's just a general aviation airport. So in 1995, they had American Eagle with the ATR and Saabs, very cool. Chicago Express Airlines with the Jetstream 31. Delta Connection with an Embraer EMB 120. Northwest Mainline and Northwest Airlink operated by Masaba from Minneapolis. TWA and also Transworld Express from St. Louis, United and US Air Express. So they had quite an interesting slate of retro carriers, something that Sioux Falls doesn't really have. So I may have to do a retro airport project for my other airport series with Des Moines, Omaha, and now Cedar Rapids. So that's something that I would like to visit in the long term, but right now my main focus is with retro FSD since that is my hometown airport. And what's cool with Cedar Rapids is that it used to have two different concourses. They were designated as B and C, but then the airport got renovated about 10 to 15 years ago, and I'll go ahead and pull up some older satellite imagery here. This is from March of 2005, and you can see this right here is a second concourse. This would have been Concourse C, I believe, and then this main one over here would be Concourse B. You can see it only had about 6 gates, and then I don't know how many gates the other concourse would have had here, which is Concourse C. So you can see this was an area for all like the little prop planes for like American Eagle and Northwest Airlink. That's where they used to park. And then over time, you can see obviously the satellite imagery improves in quality. And then this is from 2012. You can see it's still there, but nobody's really using it anymore. And then they went through a renovation at some point a little later on. I'll go ahead and pull up some later imagery. You can see now it's not really being used anymore. And then sometime in the late 2010s, you can see they built a whole new section of the terminal. So it essentially eliminated any remnants of Concourse C, and now it just became one individual concourse here. So you can see no more ramp markings or anything of that caliber. I do have some photos from my good buddy Connor, which I'll pop up on your screen now, of the inside of CID. He was there about a couple of months ago on a little excursion up to Iowa. That became a very interesting sequence. You can go over to his channel to figure out exactly what happened with that. But it's a very nice facility. I've seen some of his pictures that he showed me, and it looks really good on the inside. So I'd be very eager to fly out of Cedar Rapids if I'm ever in that area and I want to fly. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at when Cedar Rapids is going to begin. Cedar Rapids is going to begin in July of this year, so just a couple of months out from this video coming out. Actually, only 1 month, since this is actually in June and not in May, as I originally planned to make this sometime in May. So very excited about this new airport update series for Cedar Rapids. I'm looking forward to adding another airport and to increase the content output on my channel once more. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.